Yeah, so it's time to discuss transfers once again. We are probably just around 1 week until the Premier League starts, so we can expect that transfer business would naturally slow down. But regardless, there's still a lot going on, and we can still expect some big things to happen before the end of the transfer window. But first up, let's do our usual bit of rating some of the transfers to have happened between our last episode and this one. And first off, we're starting with you, Victor. Rate Kenan Dewsbury Hall to Everton for £25 million plus £4 million in add-ons on a 5-year contract.
Hard to believe Chelsea actually sell players as well, right? I think it's a good move for Everton. It's certainly a good move for the player. I always rated him. I found that he was definitely above the level of Leicester. He wasn't
Mm,
exactly Chelsea level, but it's hard to say what's Chelsea level in this day and age right now since the takeover. I think it's a great move for him to go to Everton. He's gonna get plenty of game time, and Everton do get good value for the money as well. I'm gonna give this one an 8.5.
fair enough. That's a very generous rating. But anyways, moving on, still with you, Victor. Liverpool have failed to offload Nunes, amid interest from Napoli and now Al Hilal. And, the reports making, the round is that Liverpool need cash from Nunes, to fund, the whole chase for Isak. But in a scenario where Liverpool failed to sell Nunez. How do you think this might affect the chase for Isak?
I think the Isak move still happens. Um, it just might not happen this summer. It might happen in the winter. I think it might be one of those situations where they had to delay, for example, Virgil van Dijk's transfer from Southampton for different reasons back in the day. They had to push it back 6 months, and they still made it happen. Like Liverpool tend to get their people a lot of the time. I'm not going to say every time because Caicedo is well
Yeah.
documented and Zubimendi is well documented. But I think Liverpool still get Isak, and I think Nunez still leaves this summer though, because if you look at the way Liverpool are handling this at the moment, it seems very much like just go wherever you go, but just get going, Nunez. So I think they will sell Nunez and they will get Isak as well, and they will probably both happen before the end of the month.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. And moving on to you, Max. It's time for yet another rating. Rate Leslie Ugochukwu to Burnley for over £20 million on a 5-year contract from Chelsea once again.
I mean, yeah, sometimes even Chelsea sell players, and it's kind of unexpected. But I'd say for Burnley, it's probably a good move because the player himself shown that he's capable of playing in Prem with Southampton last season. Also, he's quite young and has a lot of potential. But for the player himself, I'd say, yeah, it's a try for him to play more, especially when you're not playing at Chelsea. So for the club and for the player, I'd rate it probably 7.5 or probably 8 because it's quite cheap deal, let's say, for the Prem. So they're not losing a lot because he's still young. Even if he's not performing, he can still be sold for like 10 or 15 mil. So yeah, I'd go will probably with 8.
Yeah, fair enough. And still with Chelsea though. Chelsea are now advancing in talks with Alejandro Garnacho over personal terms. So the question is, do they actually need Garnacho?
Yeah, of course, guys, sign him immediately. 15 mil. Let's go. We can agree on that. But yeah, fans away. I mean, he wasn't that bad at United, but Chelsea have 15 attackers. I don't really understand them. They give Sancho back to United, then they try Garnacho, and like it's like, Okay, give me this winger. Okay, he didn't work. Give me this one. Maybe he'll work. This is not how you do business. So I'd say it's a bad decision for Chelsea, but I'm fine with if they sign him.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, back to you, Victor, and switching over to Manchester. Manchester United were actually offered the chance to sign Dusan Vlahovic 3 days ago, and their response, according to Fabrizio Romano, was that we are focused on Benjamin Sesko, so we are not interested in Vlahovic. Fair enough, but Victor, do you think they might end up regretting that response, considering that Newcastle are still in the race for Sesko as well?
Yeah, well, according to some reports, apparently Leipzig are trying to push Sheshko to rather join Newcastle. It seems like Newcastle put a better structured offer for Leipzig in terms of the transfer fee and the add-ons. Yeah, it very much might backfire here. To be honest, I don't really rate either of them, neither Sheshko or Vlahovic, especially not Vlahovic. But I don't think it's a good strategy on United's part either. You know, they've putting all their eggs in this Sheshko shaped basket, and it's probably going to turn out badly for them. And then they're gonna scramble to get Mateta for like 55 million or whatever Palace want to ask for him. Um, yeah, I think this does have the potential to really blow up in their faces.
Yeah, fair enough. And just on a final note with you, Max, Tottenham have submitted an immediate inquiry for Jack Grealish after James Maddison's preceding injury blow. I mean, regardless of whether it is Tottenham, we never like to see players suffer this kind of injuries. So that's a sad one, and hoping he gets back soon enough. But now Tottenham have to move on, and they are considering going for Jack Grealish. So, in your opinion, Grealish or Maddison? What is your take on that, Max?
Yeah, obviously we cannot compare these players, especially in current Prem, but I'd suggest Tottenham to do this. Like, give it a 1 season loan with buyout clause like 20 mil, I don't know, maybe 15. And if he performs good, which he could potentially, because we all saw him playing for Will and probably first season at Man City, and this could be a good deal. But if he performs same as he did last season and maybe 2 seasons ago, you can just leave him alone. And Maddison is back, so you will not lose anything. I feel this is the best deal for Tottenham could be.
Victor, your thoughts on that?
Jack Grealish is one of those people, with all due respect, with everyone's decisions in life and whatnot, but he seems like the sort of player for whom you need to factor in the off-field stuff as well. Bringing him to London, I don't think that's a very good idea in terms of the nightlife, the opportunities to mess up, basically. I'm not saying it will certainly happen. All I'm saying is it's more of a possibility than it was in Birmingham or in Manchester for him. And even in Birmingham and especially in Manchester, he still, um, let's say he was in the spotlight a fair few times and not for what he did on the pitch. So bringing him to London, I don't think is the best move for a club right now.
Yeah, fair enough. And I don't know. I think Jack Grealish sort of lacks the motivation that Tottenham would need at the moment. I think he lacks
Yeah.
that motivation. They need someone hungry enough. I mean, he was won the Premier League with City. He has won titles with City, both the ones where he deserved and the ones where he was merely a passenger. So I don't think he's motivated anymore,
But
in my
just
opinion.
think about it. Just think about it from a work ethic perspective. You're replacing Son Heung-min with Jack goddamn Grealish. It's it's a hell of a
Yeah,
relegation.
yeah, it's actually a
Obviously,
massive
Grealish
decline.
much better.
Right. Yeah. Anyways, that's all we have for this one. We'll definitely have more to talk about in our next episode. Everything is eating up. The Premier League is more or less already here. And probably in the next 2 or 3 episodes, we'll be talking about the Premier League proper. And we'll be waiting to see all of that unfold.